We have to come to a point where we realize that our problems, our suffering doesn't come from what happened to us. It comes from the way we're treating ourselves after what happened to us. And you say you don't like when people judge you, but do you realize how much you judge you? You're treating yourself the same way that the thing you're trying to avoid. And stop being so clingy and so fixated on this specific way of talking to yourself, of this specific self-treatment. Stop getting so attached to this. It's not you. When I help people heal trauma and awaken spiritually, they often do something that is causing them a lot of pain and problems. And that thing is, they treat themselves the same way they've been treated. I repeat so that you hear it. They treat themselves the same way they have been treated. And most of my clients have been treated badly as a child. But they keep doing that to themselves. We have to come to a point where we realize that our problems, our suffering doesn't come from what happened to us. It comes from the way we're treating ourselves after what happened to us. This is the way. This is so important. This is the way. Is to be able to rewire yourself. Isn't it? I can't tell how many people are having emotional issues because they're trying to shut down their emotions. And I always use an example that I think is very powerful, which is the example of if you have a child and your child comes to you because he is sad, will you tell him to go away? And that's what you're doing with your own emotions. You tell them to go away. You want them to go away. So we need to wake up and being conscious of what we're doing. And in order to be conscious, we need one thing, or two things. We need mindfulness. Mindfulness is just observing what's happening in you with attention. And we need practice. That way, we can start to become more conscious and realize what we're doing with ourselves. But if you don't have mindfulness, if you're not able to focus on what's happening inside of you, and you're only looping in the stories, you can never get out of your problems. So we have to have that, to develop the skills, the capacity to stop, to take a step back, to observe, and from that place, to take a direction that is more healthy. So, when you're taken over by aversion and you don't want to feel your feelings, stop, take a step back, realize what you're doing to yourself. You're rejecting your own emotions. It causes pain. You're creating your own pain. And take a new healthy direction. Start paying attention to these emotions, listening to these emotions. And that cannot cause pain. It can only cause relief. So all these attitudes, these behaviors, these habits, they have been conditioned by your trauma because the way you reacted at the time was very unconscious. You were a child, you didn't know what to do. So it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself for having these kind of reactions. Again, don't cause a new problem. Your defense mechanisms are useful. and get to know them, get to understand how they got formed in the first place, why they are still operating within you, what are they trying to keep you safe from, what are they trying to protect you from. If you understand the protection, you can find a way to healing. But if you don't understand how you're protecting yourself, you're always blind. So what I'm trying to say is that the problem is not in the past. The problem is how you operate right now within you. The problem is how you are treating yourself. The problem is that you're so mean to yourself. And you're so judgmental to yourself. And you say you don't like when people judge you, but do you realize how much you judge you? You're treating yourself the same way that the thing you're trying to avoid. And I am able to say this because of years of practice and therapy. I'm not saying that you should be able to see everything like this. It's a path, it's a journey. But I want to, make things move in you and tell you that it's time to deconstruct what you think is the normal way and stop being so clingy and so fixated on this specific way of talking to yourself, of this specific self-treatment. Stop getting so attached to this. It's not you. It's a pattern in you that's different. You can let it go. You can stop doing that to yourself. Give yourself the permission. Just find the kindness within you to give yourself the permission to stop treating yourself badly, to stop being attached to these things. Swallow that. Do yourself a favor. And yes, maybe it will feel like a little bit of a death. The death of who you think you are, of what you think life is. But that's okay. Everything dies. Your cells die every day. Birds die. Plants die. Everything dies. It's not dangerous. Death, the fear that this pattern will stop, is causing the attachment. It's causing you to cling to it and keep treating yourself badly. But if this attachment is gone, it's not death that you're going to experience. It's rebirth. It's freedom. So you have to find that courage to let it go. And no, it doesn't require any technique, any method. It requires to stop doing it. It's very simple. So when you meditate, you're really in tune with yourself. You can find that capacity when you're really mindful. But when you're all over the place in your mind, you can't do this. It's impossible. There's too much content. There's not enough space to observe and to develop the skills that you need. However, when you're really focused and you're meditating and you're absorbed in the moment and you see the pattern arising and you see that you're about to treat yourself badly, you can just stop. Stop indulging yourself in that. Stop going in that direction. Just let it go. That's what letting go is. But to let go, we have to really own this problem. We have to really see that it's our own problem that we are creating by ourselves, for ourselves. It's not something that is out of touch. It's something that we are doing. We have to realize that we are doing it, and then find the courage to let it go. So that's the way to change, to break free from these habits, from these limiting patterns. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. If you want to do that with me and really make a change in your life, then check the links in the description. And other than that, I'll see you soon. Thank you.